Hey everybody, welcome to the very first inaugural episode of Zero Trust Given, a podcast that is out there for the federal government employees, members of the systems integrator community, to listen to, talk about, contribute around what is Zero Trust, with a little bit of a focus around the Department of Defense. My name is Tom Tittermary. You're going to be here with me every time we do this podcast. To my left, I have one Mr. Tom Gianellis. Tom, why don't you introduce yourself to the crowd?
Hey, everybody. My name is Tom Gianellis. Like I said, like Tom said, we'll be kind of working this podcast together. Hopefully bringing in some varied guests throughout each of the weeks. And we're here just to give you an idea of Zero Trust and the best way to move forward in that model.
And Tom, thank you very much. Speaking of guests, we have two awesome guests today. Rich, why don't you introduce yourself to the group?
Yes, hey, Rich Johnson. I've been in this industry for about 40 years now, and the topic of Zero Trust has been coming up for about the past 6 years, and it's a topic I love to engage on. There's a lot of confusion about it in the industry. I think our goal here today is to kind of lay out some framework and really get down into what it is and what it isn't.
Yeah, and then our second guest today, one Mr. Ryan McArthur. Ryan, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so Ryan McArthur, been in the defense cloud industry for the last 20 years. It's been a fun ride, and I'm looking forward to the conversation today.
Well, thank you very much. So every individual show that I go to, every conference that I go to, every hallway that I run down to at every show that I run into, I see Zero Trust on every banner of pretty much every vendor that I see walking through, and anyone that I engage with. Everyone's got a Zero Trust tool. Many are happy to tell me that they do Zero Trust. If you do X, Y, Z and you buy my product, you get Zero Trust. So I know that everybody at this table spends a ton of time in this space. And where we work, which I haven't mentioned yet, but maybe later, we kind of find ourselves in the middle of this consistently and constantly. So let me offer this question up to the group, and I want to hear everybody's responses around this. What is Zero Trust? How do you put it simply? How do you expand upon that? I offer it up to the group.
Yeah, Tom, one thing that I will say about this, and we've run into this time and time again. I remember about 5 years ago, we were at a show, and vendors were popping up Zero Trust all over their product, and we joked about the fact that this vendor was going to have the best Zero Trust dog food that was at the show that day, and it really does come down to what is Zero Trust, and I think that there could be a lot of definitions out there, and quite honestly, I don't really care that there's 1,000 definitions. What's really important is what does it mean to the federal government, specifically in our space, U.S. Department of Defense, but in federal government as a whole. And I think that there are some very, very clear definitions as to what Zero Trust is and what it should look like when implemented properly within a vendor space. I always like to go back to the fact that we think Zero Trust is a brand new thing. The reality is it's been around for 20 years now. It's a evolving concept that started way back with the Jericho project. We saw hints of it with the DISA Black Corps. Then John Kindervag dropped that famous bomb on us and said that, hey, trust is a vulnerability and security must be designed with the strategy of never trust, always verify. And he coined the term Zero Trust, and we've been off and running ever since.